Welcome to the podcast. My name's Caleb.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Nate.
And we're the Cos-Bros. And we have a very special Star Wars edition, May the 4th Star Wars celebration podcast for you today.
Yes.
With our good friend Chris.
Who's our local San Diego Sabersmith.
And we are going to get all in that, what that entails. And I can't wait for you guys to hear more.
Right.
But first, what's going on in your world, Nathan?
All right, what's going on? Well, I mean, I think the last episode we did was the WonderCon recap. So I've got some news. Comic-Con Revolution coming up. So
coming up, let's go.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
nice. So, yeah.
What are the dates for that again?
I believe it's May 20th and the 21st.
Okay, I might be able to make that. I know I have a trip planned in May. I'm going back to Arkansas. So, but I really want to, would love to.
I mean, Eros is going to be there. Also, our Ed boy is going to be there too.
Okay,
so,
he's making a compelling case, and I don't like to miss out on Comic-Con adventures, so it's always a good time.
Right, so
what else is new in your world? Anything else you got going on other than Comic-Con
Well,
Revolution?
we finally got pictures of the new Guardians for the Thor Love and Thunder. We
yes,
just had
we
a trailer
did.
drop a couple of weeks ago. So they finally now have Star-Lord's new jacket and his whole coat. So I'm working on that one. Custom myself. I'm actually trying to do some foam leathering now.
Oh,
so we'll see how that goes. I've been talking to you a little bit about that. About getting some pointers on how to do
a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a whole new look. I think that's something that you could aspire to do and look like, and I think you're going to crush it too, bro.
Exactly, and I'm not trying to drop too much money because we have no idea if they're going to be in there for just 10 minutes or 20 minutes. It's going to be like, it doesn't mean to put that much investment.
And you know he'll probably have a new costume in the next galaxy.
Yeah.
I think he'll be like, why did I spend $5,000 for this suit?
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Matt, what about you, man? What you got going on?
Oh, goodness. For me, not a whole lot, guys. I'm still waiting ever so patiently on a Nightwing suit from a commission that I have going for a couple months. I did recently take on a new shoot that I'm really excited about with our previous guest, Backstage Cosplay, Eros. He's going all in on a Darth Maul suit, and we're gonna do episode 1 little recreate for our shoot once he's all done there. So it'll be nice and dope to do. And then other than that, I actually just had a random idea from seeing someone's Instagram story the other day. I forget who it was, but they had a picture of Shield Commander Cap when he wears the strike suit.
Yeah,
and he's not really Captain America at that point.
Yeah.
And I was thinking if I enlisted someone like Unmasked Studios or Rovert Workshop or whatever, who do the muscle suits with the suits glued onto them. I think that would look pretty nice for that suit in particular.
It definitely
and still look kind of
yeah.
nice and modern, kind of like with the MCU
Yeah,
suits
no,
look
that'd be
like,
cool.
you know. So
I can dig it.
I'm entertaining it. I don't
That's
know
a
if
good
I'll actually
idea,
pull a gun on it
It
or
would
not.
be cool. It'll be cool because then you'll have like the comic style cap
Right,
too, which adds into it.
Never had one of
Yeah,
those, so that'd be kind of nice to have that variation. Yeah, that's pretty much it on my end. Caleb, how about you?
Oh, yeah. So I got a couple things going on right now. I actually just got some awesome news from the people that are making my newest Cap suit and Wolverine suit. They were like, hey, we also sent you the Pattinson Batman undersuit. So I don't know if that's going to be the boots, the gaiters, like the cave or everything. But I mean, their suit is actually really cool. So I'll probably have our other friend that was on the podcast, Backstage Cosplay, Eros, do a little bit of work on the shoulders and the chest, and probably maybe do a little something custom. I don't know if I'll do straight up Pattinson.
But have you seen like a Backstage Cosplay? He just recently did a commission, I think, for someone for, I guess, the armor for the bat suit. And it looks freaking good. So I know he's going to do great work.
Yeah. And the cool thing is with the white sheep leather is all you really need is the shoulders and the chest because the other stuff, they're just like hard, good fabric.
It does all good.
It looks incredible, honestly, with the airbrush and with, a little bit of work put into it. So that was really cool news. I was not expecting that whatsoever. But on the other hand, I got some other really exciting news from East Coast Gaming Expo. I am actually their lead male cosplayer, and they're inviting me out for the event July 8th through the 10th. Got a couple free day passes that I get to give to my friends. So some of my friends on the East Coast, I'm going to get to connect with and meet in person.
There we go.
And that to me is going to be really cool. So I'm really excited for that event. If you are on the East Coast, definitely make sure to check it out. It's in New Jersey, Cherry Hills, over in the Philadelphia area. So,
nice.
So that's pretty cool, you know. Other than that, just grinding in school, and just kind of getting ready for the next Comic-Con conventions and stuff.
I think we're all really psyched about that.
Exactly.
And with all us being San Diegans, it's just great for Comic-Con to finally come back to San Diego.
Right here.
Right here.
I know. We can't wait.
No, I know it's kind of a little loud out here, and that's because we're in a new location, right?
In case you didn't notice that.
So we're actually at Lost Cause Meadery. So meaderies are kind of like an interesting place. There's wineries, there's breweries. Meaderies are like honey wine. So what we're drinking is literally fermented honey wine. And what's great about Lost Cause is they dabble in the different flavors. They experiment on a lot of stuff. I guess we have some new flavors here. So what are you guys trying right now? Just kind of curious.
Okay, I got this. The first drink I had was called the Hoxa, and it's an orange blossom honey
Hoxa,
black
yeah.
Terran
I got right now.
vanilla. And the crazy thing about this is that this thing is 12%. It doesn't taste at all like you're having alcohol.
No.
And then I had the next one was
no,
good mangoes, and it tastes like I'm drinking mango puree.
Yeah.
It tastes delicious. It's just
really
the texture is so good, and like I am very thoroughly impressed with this place.
Right, and I am too. I just love it. I got the flight because I'm a lush like that, you know. So I got the Mellow Mel, which is pineapples. Very tasty. It's got a little sparkling texture or flavoring
just
going
in time
on,
for
a little
summer as
champagne.
well. Actually. So
Yeah.
it's good.
And then I also had the Few Good Mangoes, delicious. Where Clouds Are Born, awesome. Bourbon clobblered to death.
How was that one?
That was good.
Tastes
That
like
one
apple
really
pie,
good.
kind of.
Kinda, yeah, with a little bourbon, little hint in there. And then Le Rouge, which was the highest percent one, 14%. Couldn't even tell. It was that good. Pomegranates, can't go wrong with pomegranates, you know?
No.
And then I also had the Hoxa, which
You're
I
gonna
actually
be
saved
so
for
lit by
last.
the end of this.
Okay, so you're like, dang, he had 30 drinks. He had a flight, so it's a little bit different.
There's
than
just
smaller.
small little
Yeah.
2-ounce little
Yeah,
shots,
little
basically, you
But
know?
what's nice about flights is like kind of like anywhere else is like if you want to sample all of them but not get too much into it, a flight's a good choice, especially with your friends or your family or whoever you bring out here. It's a good choice.
Yeah.
Right.
I think for me,
You
I'm
ain't getting
doing
lit
like Where Clouds Are Born, which is really good, honestly. It's really nice. It's dry. I like the drier meads, so.
And then which ones did you get, Chris?
Oh man, I had the connoisseur first,
Okay.
and that was awesome. And that was kind of like a honey mead.
It's kind of like
And I
the
typically go
race
for the honey mead.
Yeah, usually they will always have some kind of just like straight honey traditional
Yeah,
mead.
yeah, yeah, and
that's
that's
like
what
the
I
one
went
that they
for.
have right now.
And then he was hyping up the Hoxa, so I got that second.
And
Yeah,
then
the
he
Hoxa.
got it, and he's like, okay,
Yep.
I'm messing
and
with
Hoxa,
this.
it's really thick and strong. It's
It
like,
is, yeah.
It's like, you know,
Delicious.
something you have like
Syrup.
almost like it's syrup in a way.
It's like a
yeah.
syrup.
It's
but it-
like I'm drinking wine, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
It's
dessert
explained.
wine, but it's
Yeah.
way better,
Yeah.
honestly, way more tasty.
You can just put it on your
And it tastes like
pancakes or
you're
waffles or
drinking
something like that.
fresh
yeah.
fruit too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like alcoholic juice, you know?
Yeah, like
Exactly.
super
Juice.
thick. Just
Yeah. So if anybody wants some of this juice, be sure to come down to Lost Cause Meadery here in Bay Park in San Diego, right next to Death Beer Brewery.
Yeah, it's over here in the cut, but it's
Yeah.
a really nice low-key spot.
Yeah, very
the
low-key
inside's
spot.
really cool. The people that work here are really,
Super
really nice.
friendly.
They're very passionate.
And I will definitely be back here within the week or so.
Yeah, he's already talking about it. We gotta do another one here.
Yeah.
This is my vibe, bro. Like I like it. So we have a local San Diegan, but on top of that, he is a full-time sabersmith. And why don't you tell us what is a sabersmith?
Yeah, so I am it's a weird thing to have on your job resume. You know, people ask you, what do you do for, I build lightsabers for a living, and they give you like weird looks.
I think that's everyone's dream job, though. You know,
Yeah,
that's
it
like
is.
the ultimate
It is a
dream
cool-
job.
Yeah, what it means is I do lightsaber installs. I do, sometimes I make hilts, which puts that little lightsaber smith. A lot of times what happens is people send me empty hilts. There are tons of companies out there that make various hilts. You know, for instance, you've got Galaxy's Edge, but for every Galaxy's Edge saber, there's a solid 2-3 companies that make incredibly accurate, ready to be installed with top tier electronics
Right.
lightsabers. And essentially what I do is I take that lightsaber, take that empty hilt, and I make it make noises and make lights and do everything that.
I mean, I'm gonna say the sound effects is kind of like a big feature for any lightsaber.
It's
and
massive.
It just makes or breaks it.
Yeah,
So.
these things have a lot of different settings on them now, right? Do
They're-
yours also do that, where
it's
they
in-
can have different voices, saying
It's
stuff,
incredible.
or-
It's literally incredible. I mean, this lightsaber talks to my phone. It's absolutely
I know.
insane where the technology has gone. I feel like we're at the pinnacle. The lightsaber industry took a massive step up when they went with. There's this thing called smooth swing. It's essentially an accelerometer. I don't want to get too technical with it, but it picks it up as you move. Where when you move it, it picks up just the most minute movement, and it does a hum sound or swing sound based off of that,
Wow.
which is really it has officially captured the magic of the lightsaber.
Yeah, definitely.
And that kind of broke the market as far as like everyone was like, okay, everything before this is just trash now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
I'm thinking back when episode 1 first dropped. And
Absolutely.
They produced the toy lightsabers that when you hit them, actually did the cheer.
The flash
sound,
on flash,
like,
yeah.
And we were all blown away by
insane.
That was
Yeah,
enough for us to do.
insane how far that industry has come.
Definitely.
And you know, it's crazy how like closed off that community is too from the rest of cosplay.
Mhm.
The minds that are in that community that are I'm talking about software people,
Yeah.
people doing
Yeah.
stuff. The minds that are creating that stuff, I cannot wait for those minds to bleed into cosplay. I
Mhm.
think that the cosplay community is in for a very nice surprise, and I would say it might take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But everyone out there with like an Iron Man suit or a suit that
Who's
lights up,
doing that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
you're gonna
Getting on
be
board with that,
able
yeah.
to walk around with hydraulic noises that move as you walk. I mean,
Right.
that's all here. I mean, that stuff was literally invented now like 2 years ago. And, you know,
Yeah.
I have projects in my head,
Mhm.
you know, future projects that I'm working on that I hope to integrate a lot of this technology and introduce into cosplay community.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's kind of like what we're kind of striving to do here with Cos-Bros as well. Is we're
Sure.
trying to bridge that gap between
Absolutely.
cosplayers and you guys as well,
Mhm.
the creatives, the engineers who are doing all this.
Definitely.
Exactly.
The more that we can get it
Yeah.
out there, the more we can say, hey, this technology exists.
Mhm.
This is how you can implement or infuse it with your stuff. That's kind of like the next tier. of
Totally
all
true,
this.
because I am not a cosplay person first. As a matter of fact, me moving into the cosplay community is a rather recent thing I'm doing. I started making props. I started actually with lightsabers first,
Mhm.
just because that's what I gravitated towards. You know, I established my shop 1st,
Mhm.
and now I'm moving into the cosplay world,
Yeah.
getting into more really serious cosplays. You know, going to more events. I have more conventions that I'm going to this year than I've gone in my entire life. Like going to like 10 of them this year.
And I think we kind of bypassed you when we were asking about our cosplays, you know, what we
Mhm.
have coming up. So
Sure.
do you have any that you have coming up? Like any new ones that you're doing?
I do have a Luke, A New Hope that I finished.
Mhm.
I've got all the accessories already. I've got
Mhm.
all the real stuff. So
Mhm.
I decided to just build a cosplay around it. I'm like really tall, so I don't fit Luke's aesthetic, but you know, whatever. I like Luke. A
I
New
know,
Hope.
you probably just like stand next to Vader in one of those conventions.
Yeah,
and be like,
I have met Mark Hamill in a stormtrooper outfit at
Mhm.
San Diego Comic-Con.
oh, nice.
And you know, I was way taller than him.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for it's kind of hard for Leia to kind of pull off that line. You know, a little short to be a stormtrooper.
Yeah, and that's he was in a stormtrooper outfit.
Yeah.
It's funny. I have a Luke that I'm debuting. I'm currently working on a Master Chief, fully 3D printed Master Chief.
Which version?
I am doing Infinite,
Oh,
and I'm
cool.
not doing the show Infinite, but I'm doing
Right.
pure Infinite. I've got a Spartan laser that's printed that is going to accompany it.
The laser, okay.
I'm busting
Oh.
out the laser.
What's
yeah.
the laser? Is that the sword?
No, Spartan laser is a big shoulder-mounted.
Big 4-foot cannon.
Yeah.
Oh,
laser
have
cannon.
fun carrying that. Across.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do have a sidearm that I made for it. In the case that I don't want to carry around a 4-foot laser cannon.
I know, yeah.
You walking around inside the combat,
Mhm.
like eye half open, just one
Yeah.
like, oh, hang on, just a little longer.
In and out of consciousness inside the suit.
Yes,
Nobody
yeah,
knows.
exactly.
Now, when you're done wearing it to your first convention,
Mhm.
I need to know how many times when you took photos with someone, you actually still smiled.
All
even
the
though
time.
You have a helmet
All
on.
the time. I'm a doppelganger Star-Lord, and I.
Oh yeah, that's how we both
That's how we
met.
met.
Actually, yeah, we were like,
all the time.
dude, your Star Lord was really good. I was like, dude, man, I'm gonna like a little show off.
Yeah,
right
we
here.
met at special edition.
Yes, we
Special edition
did.
Comic-Con
Yeah,
here
we
in
met
San
special
Diego.
edition and
Mhm.
kind of getting at WonderCon. And
Mhm.
actually, I remember how you kind of we got bonded because like you actually 3D printed your cards. Like the way,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, your handle. Like
Mhm.
you were just passing them out, and I thought that was the coolest idea. It's like
Yeah.
if you're a 3D printer and you're really trying to show off, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Yep.
Instead of just getting one of those big cards, just do
Wait,
it that
wait,
way.
what was it? Explain that.
I had a 3D printed. I 3D printed my
Mhm.
business cards because I didn't want to print them. I wanted to be unique,
Mhm.
and it's crazy how good that works.
Yeah.
I had people come up to me at WonderCon who remembered me because I gave them a 3D printed
I
business
mean,
card.
heck yeah,
It's
stood
crazy.
out.
And you know, like I said, not a cosplayer. I'm a prop maker. I'm a prop shop.
Exactly.
And so that interaction is more important than like,
Mhm.
hey, dope cosplay. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
to get there one day,
Yeah.
right? But like,
Eh.
oh, you make
You
the
kind of think of it after a while. Oh, can we get a picture? And you're like,
I guess the
I'm
next
trying to go over here right now. Like,
Yeah.
I'll take the dang picture, but
I know, yeah.
you
I
know.
have hands full of food and drinks. But yeah, no problem. Let me set this down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And take a
Probably the
photo
next
with
step
you.
would be doing the hologram, calling card. You know, it's like, hey, you know what? Let me just give you that.
So since we do have a sabersmith on, I thought we would discuss some of our favorite lightsabers, maybe even the dark sabers that are in the Star Wars universe, and starting with none other than the sabersmith himself. Chris, which
There we
is
go.
your favorite saber in all of Star Wars universe?
My favorite lightsaber is the one that's in my hand right now.
Luke, okay.
The Graflex, the original Luke Graflex. There's nothing like the first saber that you ever saw.
Agreed.
Nothing like
Classic.
the first. Nothing like the OG.
Classic. It is a classic design. But I mean, the Rey one is probably 50 times better because she's just such a more developed character than Luke.
Killing me, dude. Fighting words, man.
May the 4th. May the 4th, not April 1st, okay?
There you go.
And, we'll keep proceeding.
I think for me, at least, I'm kind of wearing the T-shirt for that.
Oh,
You know, Darth Maul
Darth
saber. You know, that was
Maul.
always my
So
favorite
which
saber.
one are we talking about?
Yeah,
This one, or are we
one
talking
right
about the
here?
original one?
I'm talking about the original
The
one.
original?
Yeah.
The
I mean,
original,
kind of like
okay.
we're going back to the first time we saw sabers. First time we saw episode 1 when we go to the Duel of the Fates and he just whips it out the double saber. I'm like,
Does the first blade. And you're like,
Yep.
all right, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. And it's the second
give
blade.
you
and
that.
then
He's
it's
like,
like,
oh, and he's like, yeah, that was.
so
that
I
was
always
it.
like that.
Darth Maul's my favorite character too, so they a
He
special
is a-
place in my heart.
I'm
Yeah,
kind of
great
glad
character.
that, you know, as much as like we thought, okay, he's kind of gone from the first episode, how they brought him back with Rebels.
man.
It was a
Wonderful.
good job.
Oh,
How they
so
sent
great.
him, even how they sent him home.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sent him
absolutely.
home. It
Yeah.
was great.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Full
Great.
circle.
It was
I had
full
no
circle.
complaints.
Good character development, too.
They had the right
Fantastic.
team behind that.
Absolutely,
Like that,
yeah.
so
Dave
I'm
Filoni
glad.
totally
All
knocked
right,
that out of the park.
I'm going to go next. I would say maybe the Darksaber, but
It's a cool one.
no, I got to go with Obi-Wan episode 2 and 3. I just and episode 4 as well. I don't know. I am just a big Obi-Wan fan, so it's hard to say.
Yeah.
The Darksaber's cool, but there's just nothing like a blue lightsaber to me. You know what I mean? Like Team Blue
Cheers.
lightsaber all
Exactly.
the way.
Exactly.
Right?
Gonna go back, circle back around to the first lightsaber we ever saw. Mine, the one that I remember. Like I saw the original Star Wars, and I didn't know any better because I was in like 4th grade, maybe 5th grade at the time. Also, like let's be true, I was a little kid when I saw the original, so my attention span is, you know, shiny thing. I'm gone. So I saw episode 1, and that final battle, Duel of the Fates, Obi-Wan. That lightsaber hilt that he has for episode 1 and for the most part episode 2, line
Does
right
he?
there.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, at the very beginning of episode 2, he has it again, and then he loses it when he
Gets
fights
kicked out.
Boba
Right.
or Django,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
then he gets the one he has for the
I
rest
thought
of
he
2 and
didn't
3.
I thought he had his other one. Okay.
Nope, nope,
No.
nope.
it was a
yeah, he
replacement,
loses
yeah.
it with Django, and
Yep.
then he gets
Okay.
the thin neck one, the one that
The one
Yes.
you love.
Yes,
Yep.
I love that
That's
one.
how he gets that one from that point on.
Yep.
Because I guess they were like, dude, you lost this one twice now. You're done.
Yeah, exactly. You only
I just
get
think
one.
that is just absolute perfection. I love everything about it, and that will always be my favorite.
God,
Absolutely.
man.
It's a good
And again, Blue Lightsaber fan club right here.
Blue
All day,
lightsaber
all
fan
day.
club. We love us some blue lightsabers,
Yep.
and we've talked about the sabers. Now let's talk a little about the characters of Star
yeah.
Wars. There's so many rich,
Yep.
beautiful characters that we can all say is our favorite, and we're gonna talk about our favorites. Starting with our boy Nathan. Who's your favorite Star Wars character?
I mean, let's face it. I think Han Solo is everyone's favorite. He's my favorite too. Hey,
Bold statement,
He
sir.
goes, let's
Bold
face it,
statement.
Han Solo is everyone's favorite. I was like, no.
well, yeah, we got
Absolutely
you.
not.
man,
Is this
don't we?
because you're
No.
a big Indiana Jones fan? Or
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Okay, not biased at all.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah, okay,
There's a little
fine.
bit of outside influence there.
You know we're not fans because we didn't reply with "I know." You said that, right? Like,
Yeah, that's true. But no, I think he was my favorite when he first came on the screen. He was the only one who just did his own thing. He didn't give a
That's
shit
true. He
about
does that.
anybody.
That's true.
So, but I also like his arc as well. I like his transformation, how he became
great.
part of some kind of a cause. And as much as flack as it gets, the Han Solo movie, I liked it. I like
I
how it
liked it
delved
too.
into his
I thought he
backstory.
was the worst part of the movie, though.
Really?
The
a little bit, I
actor,
hate saying it,
maybe
because
so,
Rizzo was
but I
pretty
still
good.
like the
Rizzo
character.
was
I still
pretty
like
good.
how they wrote him. How he wrote him was good.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I just thought like the actor wasn't fitting for like wasn't bringing me to Han Solo. Like,
he had
charisma.
too much swag.
Yeah,
I think.
too much wag.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, it just wasn't hitting for me.
Probably
It was a little
second
lackluster.
favorite character is going to be Cad Bane. I'm a huge Cad Bane fan as well. Yeah.
Okay, nice,
Yeah.
good choices.
So then, did you like Cad Bane and Boba?
I did. I just wish he. I think in our episode we talked about. I wish he was in a little bit longer.
yeah.
So we'll have
Agreed.
to see what happens with the next few seasons, what they
Yeah.
have stored for that. But
Are they gonna make another Boba Fett season though, or?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean,
I think it depends on what they do with Kenobi. I would say they're probably like feeling it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're a little nervous after that
They're a
one.
little
I think.
nervous.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. But hey, we already know Matt's favorite character, but we'll let him give a little.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta tell you, I friggin' love Boba Fett after the series, though.
Really?
I'm all about the GOAT, and that's Obi-Wan Kenobi. No one else
Space
matters.
Jesus.
The
So you must
guy.
be excited.
Oh, cannot wait. Cannot wait. And then I just saw a bunch of people posting a recent interview that Hayden and Ewan just did with, I forget the magazine or the website or whatever. And they were both, Ewan was going off about how he never shot a scene with Darth Vader before. And then when he had to do it in this one, he legitimately was like, oh shit, that's Darth Vader coming after me. Like, he was actually terrified, and they had to like stop the scene and let him recollect himself back into actor mode because he's never experienced before. Like, and
man.
Hayden was the same thing. He was like, I've never actually got to explore Darth Vader. I was just in the suit for the last 2
2
scene.
seconds.
And so he's really excited to be actually to bring like this younger Vader to life. And it just reignites how much these two characters, these two actors love those characters so much. And it's just, I'm so pumped to see Kenobi
Do
again.
we know who's doing the voice?
I mean, Homeboy's still alive, right?
Is
so
he?
I'm
Is
assuming
he?
it's still
Yeah,
alive.
he's like,
James Earl
I'm your father.
Is he?
I
Yeah,
think
he's like,
he
all right, my
is. I
rates
don't
are
know
up
if he'll
10 million.
He gonna
answer,
kill it. He
but-
gonna kill it though. You know,
But I
he gonna
think-
come through.
Yeah, because
We'll have to
he did Mufasa in the Lion King live.
And he did Rogue One.
Right.
Yeah, he did.
It just got me thinking, like, how much is Vader going to be in this?
Yeah, I'm thinking
Because I think James
2
Earl
episodes.
Jones is like
At least
90
2.
something.
2 episodes tops.
2 episodes.
One's going to be
Yeah.
a dream where him and Kenobi are fighting.
Yeah.
Is that the
Yeah.
scene that you're talking about where they
I
guess
it's gonna be a
I
dream.
guess.
You think like a
I think
real
so.
Force dream?
Are they going to do what they did, you think, with, like, The Last Jedi, where it's kind of like
Oh,
they're having, like, out-of-body experiences?
I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope not.
I hope
Because that was
not.
so terrible for them to bring the plot
Yeah.
back in. I was like,
no.
It'll be
what the
a-
hell is that?
a Vader-
So we talked about Nathan and Matt's favorite character.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Star Wars character, Chris?
I mean, I mentioned it a little earlier, but my favorite is definitely Maul.
oh,
Yeah, I know. It's not Luke. And I agree that Duel of Fates, which is that duel, it's probably the best, most solid 15 minutes of Star Wars in existence.
Facts.
Agreed.
Facts,
Yep.
indeed.
I
All
mean,
facts.
best lightsaber duels, the emotion there is so strong.
Okay, I got to bring it up.
I love Maul.
The moment when it's Obi-Wan and Maul left, right? And
Yeah.
Maul brings it around and he hits him, and Obi blocks it like this.
Yes.
And then Maul tries to swing around
Yep.
and hit him in the front, and he blocks it, and you
Yeah.
can see that split second of
Yep.
shock on Maul's face. Oh God! Oh, it's
So good.
amped. So amped.
Such a good. Like,
Qui-Gon was such a memorable death too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It really
Like
was.
a legend.
and I don't know, there's something about Ray Park as Darth Maul
Kills it.
can't
Totally.
be captured. Also, the
Yes.
dude, I don't know if you guys have ever met him.
Mhm.
Like,
No,
best
everyone's-
celebrity experience you'll ever have. If you
Okay.
ever get a chance to meet him, he is the nicest guy you will ever. He is so nice. Yeah.
I have such an admiration for Ray Park, and like
He's
I do
fantastic.
like bow staff stuff too. So I used
Oh,
to,
really? Okay.
Yeah. I used to always watch his videos.
Yeah.
Because he'd always be like outside of his house,
Yeah.
like playing
Yeah.
with his bow staff and give me so much inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Believe it or not, I have a video of him spinning this the saber
Oh.
right
You
here.
have a video of him spinning
Uh-huh,
it?
yeah.
Oh shit!
So
I
he got
mean,
to use the saber right
This
here.
is such an interesting saber. I would like kind of be worried spinning.
That's what
it
we were
'cause
talking about.
It's this big metal thing right there, so it'd be kind of like weird to like. You'd have to be really.
He turned it on. Oh yeah, he told me that he practiced for hours with it. You'd be baffled at how like it was almost like those horns weren't even there. And he
You
was
get
like,
used to
he's
it.
like, it's weird, but like I figured it out. I was like, yeah, of course you did.
I mean, with the
It's your
blades
job.
on, yeah, with the blades on, I think like if I like was holding in my hand and started spinning it in some
Yep.
grass, not in the cement.
Yeah. Stab yourself.
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Exactly. Like
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I could
exactly.
maybe possibly figure it out.
Yeah.
You can figure out what you need to tweak. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, like,
Yeah.
This,
definitely
this
cool.
motion, you have to tweak it here. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was bummed. Like, I mean, there was a lot of like leaked images like showing him in the Ahsoka series that weren't real, unfortunately. Wow, he would have been so here for
Yeah.
it, man.
Yeah.
So here
They
for
just knew
it.
that was enough to get us all hyped on board. It's like we're real in it.
Yes, Ahsoka's gonna be awesome. And speaking of, we talked about your favorite character. We haven't talked about
Yep.
mine. Honestly, it was Obi-Wan, my favorite Jedi, without a doubt. I mean, the only reason that they didn't succeed in Empire 1 is because Yoda, was a little bitch and couldn't finish out strong. But I'm just kidding.
Oh,
It's kind of
man.
funny, but you're like sitting here thinking about it. And he's like, "Oh, he's spitting facts," and I'm spitting facts. Obi-Wan has always been my favorite because he kind of always held it down. But I have to go with Mando, and the reason being is because I truly was really depressed when the 3 movies came out,
Yeah.
and
Talking
then
about
they
the sequels.
released the Mandalorian show,
Yep.
and like I wasn't really that hype about it because again, I'm like, great. Another Star Wars series where it's all about shooting guns and mercenaries.
But the thing
and
is,
I'm like,
as you mentioned before, is like they got the Mandalorian like lore right.
They got it right. Yeah. And
Uh-huh.
to me, it was just so amazing. Each episode was taking you on this ride. I mean, I've watched each episode of The Mandalorian like 5 times.
Same.
I have like the Beskar hats. I have all the shirts. I
Yep,
have the
I got the hat.
Mandalorian. Like, there's just such a dope way that the Mandalorian carries himself, and the music and the setting and the way like he just stands for what's right. But I just love him so much. And I mean, now he has the sword, so it's like, all right, he's stepping into now. He's in this stage of stepping into being my favorite Star Wars character.
Oh, yeah.
Like to me, it's just like it is like the way, you know, the way you just gotta like.
This is the way.
This
So
is the
dang
way.
good,
You
man.
gotta go with
And
this way.
speaking of which, I know we talked about you doing some Sabersmith stuff. Have you ever done a dark saber before?
I have.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually recently did a Corbanth dark saber, and this isn't going to mean a lot to a lot of people. What that it's a company that does an empty, and it was absolutely beautiful. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna shout out the guy who did the weathering on it. Austin with Astoria Design did like the custom paint job to it to bring it up.
Yeah.
But this saber would have blown your mind. It was like perfect. It was really heavy. It was like a 2-pound saber. I was like baffled at how heavy it was.
Dang.
And the blade was, you know, it was like flat. It was like oh man.
Who was the saber guy's name again?
Well, the guy who painted it. So
Who's the guy that makes them though?
Corbanth is a company that makes. They're a very large company that makes a lot of empty hilts.
Okay.
So Corbanth made the empty hilt. My buddy at Astoria Design painted the hilt.
Yeah.
He also did a Ray Scavenger, which like actually unlocked and like opened the doors at the top.
Oh.
Yeah. Every so often I get a saber or I install for somebody, and I'm like, I should just keep this.
I'm not sure they're gonna miss it that much.
And then I'm like, oh, you can have it.
Mine.
Maybe you can just like make a cheap version and swap. It's like they'll never know.
No, there's no
way.
way.
No way.
Yeah.
What's 1 pound off?
No, I'm just kidding though. Like
I did hear even like the dark saber by the Black Series Hasbro. I know you're like, yo, eye roll, but I heard that one actually has a pretty solid like weight for the hilt on
it's
it,
good.
too.
It's good because I've like worked on a couple of them. It's
Oh, yeah.
good with the blade out, and it's a great display piece.
Yeah.
It's a great display,
Uh-huh.
but there's nothing like.
Yeah.
There's nothing. This thing was so accurate. It was disgusting how accurate it was. For 2 or 3 years now, people have been trying to make an accurate one, and
They
then all
have
of a
been.
sudden,
They've been trying
Corbanth was
hard.
like, "Nope, we're good. Here you go."
There's this one
Yeah.
brand
We got
that
it.
I
We're
forget.
done.
I was gonna like go through, and my friend Din Djarin on Dak Din Djarin on TikTok. He's
I'm gonna say, you know Dinjarin?
I wish. I'll get you his autograph, okay, bro? I'll bring Baby Yoda to the next podcast. But no, he's a big Mandalorian cosplayer on TikTok. Probably the biggest one you guys have ever seen. He has like 500,000 followers on TikTok, and he has like one of those nice dark sabers. So I was like, dude,
I wonder if it's
where did
Corbanth.
you get this? And he let me reach out to all these different people. It was like one guy on Facebook, this other company is like $700 for the hilt.
It's expensive. It's very
Crazy.
expensive.
And,
Yeah.
and
Stupid
with
price.
I don't even think that company also did it with the soundboards and stuff.
No, they typically
Yeah,
don't install
they
it. That's where I
typically
come in,
don't,
right?
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm guessing, I'd order that and then I give it to you, and then then you have to
Easily.
get someone else to make the NeoPixel blade.
I know.
And
Yeah.
it just adds up, man. Next thing
Yeah.
you know, you're looking at over $1,000.
Easily $1,000 for that hilt. Easily.
Honestly, you guys kind of breaking it down, like what goes into making these lightsabers, just these hilts alone is just a lot of just collaboration, a lot of work, a lot of effort, but it's like a different minds coming into it.
It's totally true. I always say that we're standing on the shoulders of giants, and that goes with everything, right? I'm standing on, hundreds of other creators before me who have figured this stuff out.
Yeah, but
we're
the thing
at
is,
this place where I think you said the pinnacle at the top. I think that we're here, and it's only going to keep going up for a while
it can
more.
if we
I
keep
don't think
going
it
in this
stops.
trend. Yeah.
I feel
That
like
stops.
since I've been doing it, like when I say the pinnacle, I guess I meant like, let's say the cosplay technology, has reached a next level.
It has,
and I don't really see at the point that we're at right now. The only thing that will make it better is if you can like literally cut things in half.
Which
It's
you
an
never
actual
know.
lightsaber.
The telescoping blade would be another big one. I know Disney's got it, but I don't know if you've actually seen how
They don't.
they do. Well, they have like a thing
Well, they
that comes
do,
out.
but then they have to put that
Exactly.
one down.
It's just
and,
a
like,
measuring tape. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
nothing.
I've
It's
seen that
not
video
like,
that you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I mean, but leave it to the people who created the soundboards that are in these lightsabers. Another 2-3 years, that telescope blade will fit in there.
And speaking of which, we were just talking about, your props and making the lightsabers, which They are incredible. I want to show. Do we have one that you've made? Was it this one right here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this thing is so cool. When we first had mentioned Sinister Propz or Chris coming on the podcast, I was under the impression that he was just like 3D printing lightsabers and just like creating hilts that, you know, would still have the animatronics for them. And that's really cool. But the really cool thing about this is that he made this right here with like aluminum, right?
Yeah. So most lightsabers are made out of brass, aluminum, other things. So this lightsaber in particular is actually a Vader's Vault base. And then like all the little things that are coming out of it, the shrouds and everything bolted in. And you know what's funny is actually 3D printing does go into them. Every lightsaber has 3D printed parts in it.
Really?
The chassis are 3D printed, which hold the soundboards and the batteries. And all the chassis
So cool.
are customly 3D printed, 3D made. There's 3D printed parts on the inside, which essentially make it so that it's all held together and slotted in.
I think that's just so cool that you're able to kind of do that, because I look at that and I just like would instantly be like, no, scary.
It's so
Speaking a
intimidating.
different language, you know?
I mean, also just like how it's like the weathering that you do on it for just like the metal work.
That's actually laser etched.
Yeah.
Laser etched. Okay.
Yeah. I don't have the laser
nice.
etcher. A buddy of mine did that.
No, but still,
he
it
did that
has
for you?
that very
Wow,
authentic,
that's cool.
really good textured look to it.
Yeah,
so.
I know. The laser etching
So
is
the
pretty
money
unique.
is definitely worth it for this. This is like,
Yeah, how much would something like that go for?
Oh man, that saber's easily over $1,000.
Wow.
And I don't know if you can see inside of it, but it's actually got a crystal chamber in there.
Oh yes, yeah. Why don't you?
Yeah, show us that crystal chamber here.
It's gonna be really small, but we can.
Oh, it's kind of.
Oh yeah, there it is.
And like, what was that motion that you were talking about a moment ago?
The motion. It's called smooth swing.
Smooth swing.
So what he's got right there, that
See how
wonderful,
it really catches the movement. So then if I'm like,
that wonderful childhood caught in a bottle right there. Yep.
and
That's
honestly,
more than
with
the cotton in the bottle.
each movement, it does different noises with like different range of motions.
Hit it against your hand. Does clashes and everything, and then the blades go into the socket, right?
Yeah.
So you put the blades in, they light up and do all that stuff.
I'm sorry, all of us are just kind of
I'll take it.
geeking out and
Yeah.
like getting really good. Just like,
Geeking out?
like we're like
these
kids,
are
just like
really
looking at this
cool.
thing.
I think I love the lightsabers that have like the crystals in them that go that
Yeah.
insane amount of detail.
Yeah.
And I've never met or heard of anyone that actually does it. So it's cool to meet somebody that's awesome, that's crushing it, that's doing
That's your
it.
neighbor.
That's
Whenever
your
you need a
neighbor, yeah,
lightsaber, here I am.
exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Local
saying.
San
And
Diego.
yeah, speaking of which, you need a lightsaber. Where are you? Where can people find you?
Exactly.
Yeah, I am. I'm Sinister Propz. I know we talk mostly about Star Wars, but I do a lot of other things. I do a lot of 3D printing because we met doing cosplay.
Yes.
So he got to see some of my work as far as 3D printing goes. But I'm mostly known for my lightsabers, my lightsaber installs. But you can find me on Etsy at Sinister Propz. That's Sinister Propz with a Z at the end. And I'm on Etsy. I'm on Instagram. I'm not on TikTok yet, but maybe.
Yeah, definitely. So if you're looking for any lightsaber installs or have any questions about lightsabers, Chris is your guy. I highly recommend it. He's proficient. He knows what he's doing, and he can really create something iconic and epic for you that will last probably a lifetime, I'm sure, right? Some of
Gosh,
these?
I've installed at this point probably like 500 or 600 lightsabers.
Wow.
I don't really get people who are like, yeah, my lightsabers just pooped out on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a lot to do with the companies that are making.
Right.
We're talking
Yeah.
about these are aircraft grade aluminum.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you would have to throw it out of a plane to destroy the hilt, and then
We're not giving any suggestions out here. No,
and then
idea.
the soundboards are made by incredible companies that they just don't really break.
Right. It's not like the one that I have where I've barely even used the thing, but when I put the blade in, it's like blade not found,
Yeah.
blade not found, like over and over again. Like, well, again, thank you so much. That's Sinister Propz on Etsy and Instagram with a Z. And again, if you need a really high quality lightsaber, you want something that's going to just capture everything you thought about being a Jedi when you were a child, you go to this person right here, and he's gonna make that dream come true.
Yeah.
Other than that, guys, that's our first episode at Lost Cause Meadery. It was a blast.
It
I'm
was.
loving
And
the
thanks again for
setup.
Lost Cause for letting
Looking
us,
forward
like,
to
oh,
recording
this
more
was a great
episodes
skull.
here.
Yeah,
Thank you
we-
again, Sinister Propz.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
for
Chris.
having
Yeah.
Glad to have you, brother.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, I think that's it for
Right.
us here.
My name's Caleb.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Nate.
And we're
this
the
is
Cos-Bros.
We're the Cos-Bros, yeah. I was going to say, we got this guy too. He's a Cos-Bro too now.
Hey, you can be a Cos-Bro too,
Hey,
bro.
Skull.
anyone that's a
I'm out
bro
of
is a
juice.
Cos-Bro. dude.
Skull, guys. Skull.
All right. Thank you so much for spending this May the 4th, aka Star Wars Day, with us. As a special giveaway, we are partnering with Sinister Propz and giving away a Yavin Medal of Bravery, which Luke and the gang won at the end of A New Hope. So, if you want to win that super cool medal, free shipping and handling, all you have to do is make sure to follow Sinister Propz, make sure to leave him with a follow, and then on this YouTube video, just leave a comment of who your favorite Star Wars hero or villain is. So again, all you have to do is follow Sinister Propz, comment on this YouTube video, and stay tuned on the Cos-Bros Instagram page where we will be announcing the winner this Friday. May the Force be with you, and see you next time.